Hey, Babyface here, coming to you on this Sunday morning. Just wanted to talk about NXT No Mercy last night on Peacock, not ESPN. Overall, thought it was a really good PLE. Not amazing, but enjoyable. A lot of things happened. Just wanted to run down a couple of things that stood out to me about some of the matches. Let's start off with Lola Vice and JC Jane. I really thought that Lola Vice was going to pull this out. However, I do like a heel champion, so JC Jane retaining in a heelish manner, of course, was perfectly acceptable to me. I just think it's funny that it seems to be kind of like the thing now with the WWE, where if you're in your hometown and all of your family and friends are there cheering for you, that does not mean that you are going to win. And I guess that's fine. They're throwing us a curveball because everyone expects the home favorite to win. But as you've seen it, Lola Vice was attacked by a hooded figure. I think that that's probably Lainey Reed. Because they did have that confrontation previous to the the match, beginning. So I think that that's probably her, and that she is going to most likely join Fatal Influence. Now, her joining Fatal Influence is obviously is because Jasmine Nix is no longer with the company. And if you saw her talk about it on social media, she said that the money was not where it needed to be for her to live her life comfortably. So good for Jasmine. Get that bag. On to Javon Evans and Josh Briggs. I have expressed that I don't really like Josh Briggs. I think that I get it. He is like a cliche tough guy biker dude, I guess. And he's not supposed to be likable, but he's not like a good heel, not likable, that he is so good at his craft and getting people to dislike him that it's almost good. He's not on the level of like a Dom or, people that know how to do that really well. JC Jane, for example, does it well. So Javon Evans did finally pull out the victory, which is fantastic. I do really think that Javon is immensely entertaining. He is immensely talented. But watching him wrestle, even though he pulls off amazing moves and does incredible things, and I really love his, lack of a better term, like Hawk Up, or like the classic like Ultimate Warrior Hawk pump up thing that he does. I like that a lot because it's a callback, and it's very nostalgic to see wrestlers do that kind of thing. But Javon is extremely green. He has to grow. There's time for Javon to grow. He'll get there, and where he'll be, face of the company sort of guy, I think. But he's not there yet. Especially his mic skills. So, I saw, we'll get to what happened in the main event, but I saw a lot of people saying that they thought Javon would be the guy to dethrone Oba, and that he should have been the one to do that, and not Ricky Saints. But I disagree with that. But yeah, Javon Evans, well-earned win against Josh Briggs. Great, display of talent on his part. Yeah, the Jordynne Grace and Blake Monroe cage match with the weapons. It was very WWE, extreme match. AEW would never do anything that light-hearted. It was funny because people in the crowd were chanting ECW, but no, that's not what this was. This was watered down. I found it funny that all of the weapons were Blake Monroe coded. Didn't really lend themselves to Jordynne Grace, because Jordynne Grace is obviously the juggernaut, right? So even though it's just everything was pink and things like that, hair dryers, curling irons and things. I just think that all of the stuff was Blake Monroe's character coded, and I found that a little strange. The diamonds, that was funny. Instead of thumbtacks, that there were tiny little diamonds that they were falling on and getting slammed on. So I thought that was fun and creative. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good match. I'm glad that Jordan won a big one, because she has been taking a lot of losses. So I'm glad that she won. I think that, it's the wrestling formula. So it's a steel cage match. It means that their rivalry is now done. Everything is settled, and something else will come about. Even I think Jordan screamed, it's finally over or something at the end of the match. But I thought it was interesting that they went ahead and had Blake cut off some of Jordan's hair. I know it's extensions and it's, not her real hair. But that was interesting because it's, very symbolic, taking away her power, her image and such. And I think that was a big part of this, is that Blake is the ideal, like, beauty kind of thing. And Jordan is not, I think that Jordan's way attractive, but she's not the general encompassing, like, standard of beauty with how muscular she is and such. So I thought that was interesting that she was trying to make her ugly by cutting her hair off. But cool, that was cool. I thought it was a good match. That was a good match. Good finish, off the top rope onto the table. Nothing flashy. Jordan just falls on top of her, pin, done. So good match. I hope that I want Jordan to kind of advance. I want nothing but good things for her. I think she's a good wrestler. So that I look forward to what she does next, and we'll see what they do with the Blake Monroe character. I think that they should continue to make her go a little crazy. I think that would be cool if she was like this beauty queen, but kind of unhinged. I think that would be really cool. So the main event, I'll talk about that. Oba Femi versus Ricky Saints for the NXT title. A lot of people did not like that Ricky Saints pulled this out and won it. I liked the match. I mean, I've watched Ricky wrestle before, and I know he's lost to Ethan Page several times, and people were like, how do you lose to Ethan Page and then beat Oba Femi? Do you watch wrestling? Some of these people on the internet that are wrestling fans, I feel like that they don't watch wrestling. Anyway, he won. He beat Oba Femi. That is where we're going. That's the direction we're going in, with Ricky Saints being the champion. I want to say I think Ricky is a good wrestler. Oba Femi is dominant and really a great character and good, and I think he's a good wrestler, being the powerhouse kind of guy he is. Is Oba going to the main roster? I don't know where you put him. I already think that WWE main rosters waste plenty of talent. So what do you do with Oba Femi? Is Brock Lesnar sitting around for a long time post John Cena? Like, who does Oba challenge, really? Because he's not a heel, He's a face, but he's not a pure baby face like Cody Rhodes. But he, I just don't know what they do with him if they bring him up to main roster. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I am perfectly okay with Ricky Saints being the guy at NXT. I think his promo work is really good, especially. I think he's palatable to me. I like him. There was a promo that they did, like a spot that they did for Ricky leading up to this, where he was in New Orleans, where he's from, and just really, latched onto that. Cool guy. His promo work is great. When Grayson Waller was there and he did that thing with Oba Femi on the Grayson Waller show, the name escapes me right now, sorry. That whole thing, that promo, Ricky was amazing. And I kind of think back to that, and I'm like, that's why that guy is now the champion. He's going to give you good promo work, and he'll give you decent matches. I thought that I think it was cool that he used the DDT, which is like a fundamental old school wrestling move, repeatedly to take down Obafemi. I think that that's pretty cool, to be honest with you. So what's coming up next for NXT is the NXT TNA Invasion event on October 7th. Pretty stoked about that. There'll be Royal Rumble style matches between the men's division and the women's division, and we'll see what else happens there. But I think Ava and Santino are going to pick teams on Tuesday for who's representing who, and I think that that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see how that shakes up things, and we'll see what that means for Ricky Saints being the new NXT champion, and who may challenge him could not even be in the building, so to speak. It could be someone from TNA that challenges him. So we'll see how that continues to develop, but I think that that's going to be pretty cool. I like the invasion idea. I kind of think that if you're video game players, 2K25, WWE had an interesting storyline in the My Rise section that I really enjoyed, and I've always thought that when I got back into wrestling, I was watching things. Invasion storylines are cool because you have the two brands. You have Raw and you have SmackDown, and then there's NXT and all that stuff. So wouldn't it be cool for NXT to invade the main rosters in certain ways? So bringing TNA to NXT, I think, is awesome. I'm all for it and can't wait to see what they have in store. Lastly, I wanted to talk about another thing from Friday Night SmackDown that I forgot to mention in my previous short video, but everyone was talking about it online. Jade Cargill got just gashed across the eyebrow, forehead area. I mean, if you're not squeamish to gore, go to her social medias and look at that gash. It's gnarly. But that was done through an interaction between her and Nia Jax on the outside of the ring, where she was tossed by Nia Jax into the steel steps. So people have criticized Jade Cargill for not being a good wrestler and being stiff in the ring. She is a bit stiff. I don't think that she's a bad wrestler. I don't know what people are looking at. There are far worse wrestlers, I think, that exist on main roster than Jade Cargill. I think that she's an awesome character. She's obviously peak physical condition. She is when she snatches people out of the air, I think it's rad. I think that she does a lot of great things in the ring, but she is somewhat stiff. Her and Nia Jax together, that is awful. I think Nia Jax is a horrible wrestler. I think that she truly is there because of her lack of a better, her bloodline. I think that she fizzled out and that she should have been probably phased out or gone a while back. And I think that her wrestling almost shows that she might not want to be there, or that she thinks that she doesn't have to work hard to be there. I'm not questioning the fact that she works hard, and that she's not a good person outside of her character. I'm not talking about that person. I'm talking about what we see portrayed on our television screens as Nia Jax wrestling. I feel that she's sloppy, and I think that she's a bit stiff sometimes and careless. The match was botched. The ending was botched. And I think that there was some confusion. I think that she expected some things to happen, but because Jade got injured, those things didn't happen, and she didn't kick out when she was supposed to, possibly. I don't know. But she just doesn't look, she doesn't look locked in, and she doesn't look enthusiastic as a wrestler. She just kind of looks like, yeah, I'm big and I can toss people around, so what, come get me kind of thing. But she doesn't wrestle aggressively as far as her attitude and things. I just think she seems kind of lackadaisical. She's like a bully, but bullies aren't interesting. In wrestling, people that are heels that are large and that are wrestle big, like Kevin Nash or Brock Lesnar or Andre the Giant, those guys were intimidating, and they they had that. She doesn't have that, and I don't find her. I just don't. I got nothing for Nia Jax. Her and Josh Briggs just. So we'll see what happens moving forward with NXT and the TNA Invasion. Got Monday Night Raw coming up, so we'll see what develops there as we lead into Crown Jewel in Perth, Australia, which is going to be cool, I guess. I think that them announcing the AJ Styles and John Cena match is cool. Everyone wants to see it. I want to see it because AJ and Cena had just, great matches in the past. But, yeah, I don't like when they announce matches before there's like a trigger point where we can start to build towards that. So I know this is John Cena's, farewell tour, and that he's kind of going down the old match thing, but I don't know. We'll see how they build it up. They've dropped the ball so many times on Cena's farewell tour, but we'll see how they build this up. Yeah. So let's see what happens on Monday night, and I will hop back on to share my thoughts. Again, comment, have a conversation. I've had some DM conversations with people about things in the wrestling world, but I'm really open to having conversations or hearing your feedback. I want to build a community here. So, let's do it. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Come on, let's build a community. Let's have conversations. Tell me if I'm wrong about things. Tell me if I'm right about things. Share your thoughts about things. I'm just trying to, I like to talk about wrestling. But yeah, if you want me to shut up and just post toy pics.
Shut up!
I don't know if I'm going to listen to you, but, whatever. Anyway, have a great rest of your Sunday as the weekend wraps up, and I hope you have a great week ahead. All right, take care.